Alright, folks, welcome back. So, I'm going to try to make this one as quick as possible. It's a very simple theme for this one. And this one that I've spoken about before. And apparently I'm going to have to keep speaking about it as long as people like Roland Martin are here doing this nonsense. And it's kind of, what's the word actually? Hypocritical? No, what? I'm not sure if it's actually hypocritical. It's the word escapes me right now. But anyway, the picture of this dude who right here is that dude Dylan, or Kyle Rittenhouse. I don't know why I said Dylan, but Kyle Rittenhouse, the dude from Lacosia or whatever part of Wisconsin that was, who amidst all the protests that turned to riots, he shot a couple people. The little white boy, the little 17-year-old one. Now, Roland Martin him and his panel are going to be discussing the fact that the prosecutors asked for a warrant for the arrest of Kyle Rittenhouse. See, as you can see right here, prosecutors asked the judge for a new arrest warrant for Kyle because he violated his bail conditions. Rittenhouse, who was charged with killing 2 people and injuring another during the protest last August in Kenosha, Wisconsin, moved locations without alerting the court. So a few things before I read the bottom part. A few things. Those quote-unquote protests were more like riots. That's number one. Number two, back in the summertime when all these protests were like the quote-unquote in thing to do, and everyone was like, oh, we're going to go march and protest and shit. I was like, and I still am, I was like, no, I'm not with that. Because it don't make no damn sense. And I believe that any man, a rational freaking thinking man, solution-oriented thinking man, would come to the same conclusion as me. What's the point of going out there and protesting? Does that solve any of our problems? No. It's a waste of time. And in my opinion, it's basically just analogous to going out and sticking your hand out so a white man can give you some treats, or give you a freaking pat on the back. It's like, what the, you gotta, if you truly feel that you're so oppressed and all this stuff, then why ask the person who you're accusing of all of this wrong, vile treatment of you, why would you then ask that person for help? That's like going to your abuser, the person that's abusing you, and asking them to help you. What kind of sense does that make? You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. It's literally laughable. So yeah, those people that are out there in the protesting and shit. Is 2 people lost their lives apparently. I mean, not apparently, but obviously those who know about what happened, and that's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. But then you have to ask, or you can't ask them because they're dead and gone. But you still have to ask the question: what did they die for? Exactly, and that's my point. So that whole protest, what's the point of it? Then you die in vain. You die for nothing. So you're going out there, quote unquote, protesting, which looks more like rioting, and then you put yourself in a compromised position, and then you lose your life over it. Was it worth your life? No, it wasn't worth your life. No. So we have to be better than that. We can't just keep getting pimped out by these people and going out and protesting and shit like that. That leads to no tangible fucking end. Like, do you get nothing out of it? Nothing out of it. I talk about many things on this channel that we can actually do to actually bring change to our day-to-day lives. For instance, you can go to the Facebook page, AOP, America's Original People. I started it. It's a very, very small number on right now, but I'm trying to grow it. And the main goal is to teach, pass on the knowledge of financial freedom. That way, through that, we can have we could change our socioeconomic positioning. All right, but it all starts with coming together as a unit, putting the black man at the helm of his house, and then by extension at the helm of the community. All right. So anyway, going down, Mark Richards, the teen's lawyer, filed a counter motion on Wednesday stating Rittenhouse had no choice but to move due to receiving death threats. Richards stated he offered to give prosecutors the teen's safe house address. However, they would have had to vow to keep the address a secret. Prosecutors refused to do so and are now asking that Rittenhouse bail be set at $200,000. All right, so I'm gonna play it. And I haven't violated his bail. I have not listened to this yet. Like I said, typically I like to, watch these videos first and then jot down some points I want to go over. But I don't have that much time today. I'm in the process of moving, so I'm really just trying to get this one out there. And I have a feeling that this guy Roland is going to say. I have a feeling I think I know what he's going to say regarding this and how he's going to react. And again, that goes back to what I'm trying to say over and over again about these emotional ass niggas. Like, I can tell you right now, Roland's probably going to have a crazy ass emotional response. Like oh my God, I can't believe that quote unquote white people get to do this and we don't. And then want to talk all like crazy about it. And the point is through that I'm trying to point out is that we live in a white society. Like, stop calling this country America. Just call it, like when you see the Chinese people, you say, China. The country China has Chinese people in it. So I think it might be easier for people to visualize this shit if you just start calling this country white. Just to call the country white, and the white people here, they run the country. Like, if you went to China, they would do things and have laws in order to protect Chinese people that look Chinese and stuff like that. Like, 'cause it's their fucking country, same rules apply. These quote unquote black people like Roland Martin like to believe that no, this is all our country. That the United States of America is all our country. Now, granted, this land should be our land. You know what I'm saying? We are indigenous to this land, so this land should be our land. But as in terms of the country, United States of America Incorporated, no, that is a white corporation run for white people, run for and led by white people. Okay, so when you think of this country, just think of white country, and that way you shouldn't feel, you shouldn't feel like, oh my God, well, I can't believe the white person could do it, and then if a black person, no, because that's like going to fucking China and saying, oh wow, I can't believe a Chinese man in China could do this, but a freaking a Nigerian man in China can't. Or the Nigerian in China gets treated like this because, like, well, take the Nigerian back to Nigeria. And then let's see how the Nigerian authorities treat the Nigerian as opposed to treating a Chinese person in Nigeria. You know what I mean? So anyway, yeah, that boils back down to, having your own shit. When you have your own shit, you get to make your own rules. And it's not quote unquote racism. I went over this multiple times. It's power. They have the fucking power because this is their country. And, that's just reality. We have no power. We control no economics. So the only way to get power is through economics. Am I saying that we're ever going to be able to usurp their power? No, probably not. Not on an economic basis, and especially not in my lifetime, barring, the demise of this freaking world that we know. Because they have too much of a head start, too much power, and people that have power seek to maintain power. It's not common for people with power to just go around giving up their power. People fight for their power and to maintain their power. But anyway, I say all of that just to bring it back. Guarantee you that Roland's probably going to react in a way that I kind of just said. And that's the reason why when I see his videos pop up, when I see the D.L. Hughley videos pop up, especially with like the little title, I'm like, I already know where this is going, and this is going to be great for me just to talk on, because I guarantee there's going to be something that I could point out and say, like, this is an issue. We shouldn't act like this. We shouldn't think like this, and so on and so forth. And again, this is no disrespect to Roland Martin, because again, like I said, he's quote unquote educated. He's been in the media for many years. But I think that the way that he would like to go about things and the things that he talks about is just it ain't getting us anywhere. And it actually, some of it actually brings us back. It's moving us backwards or in the wrong direction. So anyway, let me play this.
House, who was charged with killing 2 people and injuring another during a protest last August in Kenosha, Wisconsin, moved locations without alerting the court. Mark Richards, the teen's lawyer, filed a counter motion on Wednesday, stating that Rittenhouse had no choice but to move due to receiving death threats. Richards stated he offered to give prosecutors the teen's safe house address. However, they would have had to vow to keep the address a secret. Prosecutors refused to do so and are now asking that Rittenhouse's bail be set at $200,000. Am I the only one? Am I?
This what the fuck? Look at this man's face. Yeah. He said, and I don't know what the fuck this nigga wearing. Look like fucking Barney and shit. Like, what the fuck is this nigga wearing? Oh, Lord have mercy. Let me rewind it. But yeah, what is Roland wearing?
Prosecutors refused to do so and are now asking that Rittenhouse's bail be set at $200,000. Am I the only one? Am I the only one, Rob, amazed at how white folk just stay out of jail and get to decide? No, we ain't gonna.
I mean, you might be the only one. You and the freaking these motherfuckers on your panel might be the only ones. Because I mean, am I surprised? Am I surprised? Are any of my viewers / listeners out there listening to this? Are any of you surprised at what just happened with Kyle Rittenhouse? Is anyone surprised? Did anyone say, "Oh my God, I'm shocked that would happen"? I would like to think not. I would like to think that if you're on this channel, then you probably think along the same lines that I do, and therefore you can see things coming, and most things shouldn't come to you as a surprise. Like, no, that's not a surprise to me. That's actually to be expected. So I don't know why Roland and the people on his panel like to act as if they're just so taken aback and so taken off guard by this.
Gonna give y'all our address. And it's unsafe. Like, really?
Yeah. You just walk in front of a Capitol building that's guarded and just say, "Oh, y'all come in." I mean, this is definitely a different level of privilege, and this is what we mean by privilege, because some people act like they're confused. Like, if a black man shot 2 people with a semi-automatic weapon on tape and killed them for no reason, he would be in jail right now. And
here we go with this whole privilege shit. Listen. It ain't privilege. What it is power. I don't know how many times I gotta say this shit. All right. If anyone knows who this brother is that was just talking, please tag him in this video so that way he gets an update. All right. It's not privilege, brother. It's power. It's power. When you have power, you get to make the rules and you do what the fuck you want to do. Okay. It's real simple. When you have power, you do what you want to do. Like, again, I've used this analogy in previous videos. If someone comes to my house, the house that I own, or someone's in my car, fuck the house, someone's in my car, the car that I own, it's my car. I control everything that goes on with that damn car. So if I say, get out my fucking car, I have the power to put your ass out my fucking car. Period. And if you don't get out my car, now, I'm not sitting here saying I'm going to put my hands on you, but like, I could easily just call the cops and say, "Hey, look, I don't want this person in my car. This person has no right to be in my car anymore. You know, they need to go their own separate way. I don't care where they're going or how they get in there, but they're not going to be doing it in my car. They can ride with you, officer." And you know what the officer's going to say? "Please, sir or ma'am, can you please step out of this gentleman's car?" And then I'm going to drive off and have a nice fucking day. And that's not fucking privilege. You know, what's the privilege? Oh, he got the privilege because that's his car? The fuck you talking about? The privilege because that's my car? No, it's not. It's called the power. I have power because this is my fucking car. So I can tell you what to do in my fucking car. Like, get the fuck out. Or don't touch my fucking radio. Or in my house, if you come in my house, take your shoes off. If you don't want to do that, then you can get the fuck out of my house. See how easy it is? It's not about privilege. No one would say, "Oh, you privileged because this is your house. You have the privilege to have a house." Like, no. That's not how it works. You know, no. I acquired this house. All right? I acquired this house. I purchased this house. You know, I worked. I earned money. And that money was used to purchase this house. And now this house is mine. All right? I'm in ownership of this fucking house. So I get to make the rules regarding the house. Same thing with this fucking country. You know, we built this country, but we didn't create this country. We didn't create America, United States of America Incorporated, okay? The white man did that. He made that for him and his people. So stop acting so fucking surprised and stop just trying to freaking substitute yourself in any situation. Well, if a black man would do that, look, you have to understand, again, like when you think of this country, think of white country. Just substitute America with white country and say, oh, well, if a black man in white country would have did whatever, then all right, then it sounds more stupid when you say it like that. But that's just how it is, and that's how stupid you fucking sound when you out here saying, well, if a black man would have did it, like nigga, how many goddamn times do we have? How many years has to go by where we see the same shit? And then y'all just want to keep on saying, oh, what if a black man, or what if a black man, or what if a black man? Look, at the end of the day, it sounds ridiculous for more than one reason. So what? Y'all want the day to come where we can do the same fuckery that they do and just get off? Like that's what we're promoting? Just pulling off the fuckery and just getting off? Everybody? They doing it, so we should all just be doing it. The Chinese, us, and everybody. Like, just doing the fuckery? No. Am I sitting here saying that it's quote-unquote right, per se? No, I'm not. But at the end of the day, if I were to ask any one of these freaking quote-unquote self-righteous black people on this fucking panel, hey, if you were the authority figure, if you were in power, you wouldn't take care of your people more so than the other people? Huh? I don't believe that you wouldn't. I don't believe that if you have a house party, right, and then your little nephew does something, your little nephew breaks a lamp in your house or whatever, and and then say you have a same party, and then your freaking your Chinese neighbor's son breaks your fucking lamp. I'm pretty sure you're gonna have a different reaction, right? Right? Like, your nephew might be like, oh, it's all right, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't like that lamp anyway, you know what I'm saying? But the Chinese little boy, you probably gonna be like, yo, no. So y'all gonna have to pay for this, all right? The little boy, whatever that you say was a mistake, that's fine and dandy. But you, Chinese father or Chinese mother, you're gonna have to pay for this, okay? Somehow, some way, you're coming off that bread. But that's my fucking point, though. You see what I'm saying? So in this fucking quote unquote white country, you shouldn't be so damn surprised when shit like that happens. All right, that's really part of motherfucking course. That is part of course. If that didn't happen, you should be looking around over your shoulder seeing what's going on, because something ain't right.
You wouldn't be getting out. End of story. Like, this is only true if you're a white man in America.
Ooh, perfect right there. This is only true if you're a white man in America. Let's stop. Substitute out America for white country, and then let's see how that sounds. Hold on. I'm happy he said that. That's actually pretty.
On tape and killed them for no reason. He would be in jail right now, and he wouldn't be getting out. End of story. Like, this is only true if you're a white man in America.
This is only true if you're a white man in white country. See how much more sense that makes? You see how much more sense that makes when you say white country, right? Now, I'm not sitting here trying to make it like to tell people to just accept, second-class citizenship or anything like that. No. That's a losing mentality. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that you have to understand where you are and the circumstances that rule where the fuck you are. And they rule where we are. Am I saying that you have to be, subservient? No. Move with a purpose. We have goals. Get that power, but we can't do it alone. We have to do it together, okay? We have to empower one another through knowledge, okay? And we have to build a strong culture and community, all right? And then let that freaking diffuse outwards into other communities. No, I don't mean other quote-unquote racial communities. I mean other communities of ours. Diffuse, and then we can start building networks, strong networks, and then we can actually strive to make things better. But as of right now, you're not going to go nowhere every time something happens with a white person. You want to say, oh, if a black person did it. Like, nigga, if you don't shut the fuck up, no one gives a shit. No one gives a shit about if it would have been a black guy that did it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like, niggas do a whole bunch of fucking dumb shit. This nigga Jacob Blake, what he did was stupid as fuck. Stupid as fuck. I'm not even sure if he got any charges, but he should have some charges. Then the nigga should be arrested. First of all, he should be dead. He's lucky to be alive, okay? Because what he did was so fucking stupid as hell, all right? Especially with his kids in the car. That's some dumb shit. But But you don't hear quote unquote white people saying if a white person would have did that, because then y'all niggas were like, oh well, if white people did, it just goes back and forth. Okay, so just stop with the whole the black versus white shit. Okay, stop calling yourself black. This nigga right here on the screen, he's not black. All right, the seat cushion behind him, you know, the background where the GT is, that is black. Okay, the headset is black. This brother's skin is not black. Black is a color. Black does not denote any kind of lineage or fucking history. And again, if you want to talk black history, that's freaking the etymological history of the word black. Okay, that's what that is. All right. So again, keep in mind, white country for America.
And only because people want to have some sympathy and empathy for what happened to them and try to justify this. He killed black people, crossed state lines because he wanted to go promote hate, because he works for, not what he works for, he associates with white supremacists. He belongs in jail. He has no business being out here. Hopefully he will get in jail and be held accountable. But there's just a whole other level of privilege in this country if you're white, clearly.
No. Sorry. No, it's not privilege. It's power. It's power. And this is another way how you know it's power. This is another way how you know it's power. You don't have... Well, you... Look, all right, before I even get into that, this is another way that you know that it's power. If you feel that way, sir, I don't know your name, all right? If you feel that way, you truly believe that. But why haven't you done anything about it? You said hopefully he goes to jail. How come you can't make sure he goes to jail? Why does it got to be hopefully? Huh? Why is it hopefully? What hopefully says is that there's a possibility that it might not happen, you know? So why hopefully? Because you don't have the power to make sure that shit happens. And power is like a sliding kind of a scale thing, okay? It's like people have a lot of power, some people have little power and stuff like that. So this shows you how much power or how little power you actually possess, or we possess, that we don't have the power to dictate what's going to happen to this person. You know what I'm saying? And that shows that it's about power, because if we have power, we could do something about it, but we don't, so we can't do nothing about it. And this is why when I talk about the whole like voting shit, why it's pointless to fucking vote, especially right now, as it stands, our status currently. It's pointless to vote because we have no fucking power. You're voting for people that you did not put in front of you. These people were put in front of you, and then you were told to fucking choose between the two of them. So first and foremost, you should be asking, where does this person come from, and how do I get my people to come to be in front of me? Because just because quote unquote black people are so used and accustomed to having people in front of them that aren't for them and aren't from where they're from, they don't even think to themselves that other demographics actually, come election time, they're not choosing the worst of two evils. They're actually choosing candidates who align with them and who are saying things that come from where these person's mindsets come from. But black people, quote unquote black people, don't even think about this shit. It's like literally like out of sight, out of mind. It's like, you know, it's just like sheer ignorance to like the 19th degree. It's absolutely insane to me. But instead of like trying to expand our fucking mind when it comes to things like that, we want to be out here talking about every goddamn else like it needs to be addressed immediately. Like this nigga, look, this little boy, I don't give a fuck. Like, you know, should he be arrested? Yes, he broke the law. He killed people. But at the end of the day, bro, that ain't affecting us. Well, what the fuck we got to do as a whole, as a group, as a unit? It's not affecting us. What the fuck we got to do? Okay? Because again, regardless, like you said, hopefully he'll go to jail. But you got no fucking power to do nothing about it. So again, if you vote every 4 years and you vote for people that you didn't put in front of you, hopefully they do right by you. But you know what? If they don't, you can't do a fucking damn thing about it anyway. That's my point. That's my point. You need to, when you have power, you can hold people that you get put in office or certain positions. You can hold them accountable. If you don't have no fucking power, you can't hold them accountable. The fuck?
It just reminds me of Misha, the woman who was one of the January 6 people, went to the court and asked him, hey, there's a bond. My company has a bonding retreat in Mexico. Can I get to leave the country and go to that? I'll come back. But that's what this sounds like. Oh, he's getting death threats, so therefore we need to keep his address a secret. Really? Really, he gets special conditions?
So from the moment that Kyle Rittenhouse actually was arrested, he's gotten special conditions. This is a guy who should have never gotten out on bail to begin with. One, he was always a flight risk. His co-conspirators, these individuals who supported him, QAnon folk and the like, were able to raise millions of dollars for him. He was always a flight risk. This is a guy who traveled across state lines with an illegal gun. Mind you, it wasn't his gun. He wasn't even old enough to have a gun. And he committed murder. Not only was he allowed to drive back home, meanwhile walking past officers with blood on his shoes, carrying a weapon with the capacity of multiple rounds after shooting someone, he goes to jail, and then he makes bail because they don't figure somehow he's a flight risk.
I mean, if they thought that kid wasn't going to make bail, that's shame on them again. Shame on y'all, man. Come on. You think freaking white country's gonna allow a little white boy to just be in jail over that? Nah, man, it's not gonna happen. You know, let's get realistic now.
I don't know how. And then guess what? He leaves. He's no longer in the location that he was initially assigned to. The issue here is also that in so leaving, this was a conversation that was held with police officers. They knew the whole time that this kid was planning on running. And at the end of the day, I think that there have been so many ways that the justice system has gone wrong in this case and has protected this guy who we knew was a white supremacist, who we knew had QAnon conspiracy theories all up in his head, who we knew went on social media and talked about what he was going to do and the types of things that he hated, including Black Lives Matter and any freedom for Black people. He was the type of guy who had been radicalized into terrorism. That's what he is, and he should have been locked up. And it's very frustrating to see that they allowed him to slip through their fingers because, honestly, they weren't trying to do anything. They didn't consider him a criminal.
Michael.
So did he slip through their fingers? You just said they allowed him to slip through their fingers, but because they didn't want to do anything. So that's not slipping through. That means they just didn't want to do anything about it.
Well, the trip is the attorney says, oh, a high-ranking cop told us to do this.
I want to know the name of the high-ranking cop. And was that high-ranking cop at the January 6th stop the illegal insurrection at the U.S. Capitol building? But it's important. Earlier in the segment, you show Madam Vice President Kamala Harris, who said this is Black History Month. But it's important for us to understand that Black History Month occurs during White Privilege Year, okay? And this is what we're seeing right here.
There's some real sad, pathetic, simp-ass shit. First and foremost, I did a video, a podcast on my podcast with my co-host Big Mike on, you could check that out on Spotify. The podcast is like an hour long. We're talking about quote unquote Black History Month and the problem with it. I'm not going to go into that right now. If you want to know about that, just go check it out on Spotify or however you listen to podcasts. And then second, Black History Month and freaking white supremacist year. Like, seriously, dude, I just went over this. It's not like, look, it's power. It's power. What are you doing, or what are you trying to do, or what do you hope to do to change that? I don't know who this guy is either, so I can't address him by his name. But what do you want to do besides just keep on bitching and complaining about this, man? You know, at what point do our people say, okay, I'm listening to brother Double A, we're listening to brother Tariq, we're listening to Seti, Pharaoh, we're listening to Chronicles of Judah, we're listening to all our brothers out here. We're listening, and it was making sense. But now we actually want to move forward with that. Now we want to move forward. So what do? I'll tell you what you do. You join one of these groups, not BLM. All right, damn sure don't join that bullshit. Okay, join America's Original People on Facebook, or join Tariq's FBA people, Foundational Black Americans. And then learn, read, educate yourself. And if you need any help, ask me. Ask any one of us. And I'm sure these brothers will respond to you and let you know which materials to get you going in the right direction, because that's what it's all about. We have to all get on the same page so that way we can all move to the same accord. You know what I mean? We have to, like, it's that way. And I don't mean all, because like I said before, not all of us gonna fucking make it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I think the Bible says only a third is gonna make it. So with that being said, you know, only a third is gonna make it, because there's some people that just don't want to wake the fuck up. And with that being said, this video is going on a little too long, and I don't know what else they talk about in this, or if they just keep on, you know, repeating the same old nonsense. But I got the point that I wanted to get across out there. So anyway, until next time. And things, I realized that I got a whole bunch of new subscribers lately, so I really am happy about that. Happy to see that people are subscribing, tuning in, checking out the messages. If y'all have any questions, if y'all want me to discuss something or talk about something, or want my take on something, message me or leave a comment or whatever the case may be. But anyway, until next time.